Here we go. No intro. We're just gonna jump right into it. This is the end of Godfather month. We are going to review The Godfather Part 3, which isn't very well received as the first two movies, but I guess we can try and make a case for this movie. But let's be honest, it's not going to be much.
I officially do not like the Godfather series. I never thought I'd say that. I've heard such wonderful things about these movies. They're just too bloated for me. I couldn't get into them.
I think if you make it like a little bit of a mini series or some kind of series where you split it up into different parts.
Yeah, that would have been easier to follow. I mean, as a movie, it was just really hard for me.
No, I feel like the third one is slightly underwhelming compared to the first two. Now, don't get us wrong. The other two movies are much longer than this one.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know. I don't know if that made it better or worse.
so I feel like in this
We were
one,
able to riff it a little better than the other two, at least. We were able
yeah,
to crack some jokes.
I feel like in this one they had like three different stories going on in this.
Oh.
One of them involving Al Pacino's daughter and his nephew.
Should we talk about his daughter and who plays her?
Yeah, sure. Go
Start there
ahead.
first. Yeah. It's Sofia Coppola, daughter of legendary director Francis Coppola.
And we're not,
Um,
and she was not that great. Let's put it
her
that way.
acting is really bad. It was laughable at times.
It was laughable sometimes. And as much as I love Al Pacino, towards the end, his acting got pretty wooden.
Yeah.
And I feel like when it came time for the climax, if there even is one, it just went on forever.
And this is no dig at Sofia Coppola. She's actually a really good director.
Yeah.
It's when she acts. You in the past, Coppola would put her in a small cameo roles in her movies, and this time she was given like a bigger role.
Yeah. Yeah, I just feel like this movie was completely all over the place in terms of like story and settings and characters, because I feel like another thing that we could take away from this is that Al Pacino isn't really the type of Godfather he used to be in the first two movies.
Yeah.
Because when somebody comes to him for help, he's like, "Nah, I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can do that." I guess it's just sort of him like passing on his power to the next generation.
Yeah, and spoiler alert, it's the daughter. They actually say that Al Pacino's character is going to die in this movie. He ends up not dying.
No, well, sort of, not really.
Yeah, pretty much his daughter takes the bullet. And we just had no emotion for her because we didn't like her acting. They're making it very dramatic. Her death, they're trying to make it dramatic.
Yeah, but I guess the one thing I could take away from this that I thought was pretty good was we have no idea who is actually staying loyal to Al Pacino's character or who would actually betray him. Other than that, I think this was I'd say the weakest of the Godfather movies, and even though I really like those, yeah, I'd say the third one's pretty much the weakest one.
I don't know what people were doing. I did not like any of them.
That's fair. Yeah, I think next time when we want to review a series of movies, you have to make sure they're a little bit shorter.
Yeah. No, because I like Apocalypse Now. That movie's very long, and it's directed by Coppola.
Definitely.
So I don't know what it is about the Godfather movies. I can't get into it. Is that they're just so slow paced? I think that's what it
Very
is.
slow pace. There is a lot of talking in these movies. There's occasionally action, and if you're worried about there being like a lot of blood and stuff, there really isn't that much. I don't think.
Yeah, there's not really that much.
All right, so
Okay.
should we talk about what we want to do for next week, or should we
I think it's
discuss that?
your week to choose. I lost track with Godfather month.
Okay, I have an idea of what we could do, and it's something that might be a little bit more exciting than this.
Good. What you got?
I want to review a movie that came out last year. It
Okay.
had a ton of hype around it, and when
Mm-hmm.
it finally came out, people say it definitely lived up to the hype, and it's definitely it's now one of the highest grossing movies of all time. Can you
I
take a
thought
wild
it
guess
was
what I'm
Endgame.
talking about?
No, I thought it was Endgame.
I'm thinking we could review Spider-Man No Way Home.
Ah, like that one.
All right, so we will give you guys that next week. We are very excited to give you our thoughts on that. If you did enjoy this
Oh,
video,
our September announcement.
sorry, go ahead.
Remember our idea for September?
Oh yeah, September. So
Okay,
come September, we're going to go ahead, Jessup.
so we're going to do another theme month in September. We want to get out early because we're going to let you, the fans, vote on which movies we're going to be covering. But the theme is going to be Studio Ghibli month. Ponyo is not going to be on the list because we've already reviewed that.
Any other movie is fair game.
Yeah, everything else is fair game. Just go onto our social media pages. You'll find we'll try to set up some polls and stuff, and we'll look at your votes, get those in. Let us know what movies you want us to cover that are Studio Ghibli.
And I'll put a poll on my Twitter as well.
Yeah, all our social medias will get a poll.
All right. So if you like this video, give it a like, and if you're new, subscribe for more content. And until next time, we will swing into action with you guys next week.